Hello everyone, this is Minty Fries, and it's that time of year again. Mar10 Day, Mario Day. And if you, like me, are miffed that the Mario movie isn't being released today, I made something to scratch that Mario itch. A few years ago, I started making a 3D model of Gelato Beach for Mario Sunshine, which you may have guessed from the intro to this video. I got kinda sidetracked from completing this model, but now I finished it and made some changes so it's more optimized for printing. I've learned that I really enjoy modeling stuff from Gamecube games. So here we go from 3D model to 3D print. I wanted this to be a fairly large print compared to my usual work, so given that my Elegoo Mars2 has a print bed of only about 6 by 4 inches, I had to use Tinkercad to cut it into 4 parts, like so, and then I used UV curing resin to fuse the 4 parts together. This is the second time I've used this technique to create a larger print, with the first one being the fishing hole from Ocarina of Time. I then printed a bunch of smaller parts separately. The detail level on these is so fine that I needed a macro lens just to see them. Look at the tiny blades on the juice bar. And the wooden railing here actually printed with full detail. And we've got the solar panels, the cabana, the trees, and the cataquacks, Snoki, Piante? I don't know. Plus we've got the legendary Il Piantissimo. Il Piantissimo. Salve, come va? Mi chiamo Il Piantissimo. Questa è la casa di mia zia, dove è il bagno. It does pain me that, though I modeled the faraway versions of Rico Harbor and Pina Park, it doesn't really make sense for me to include those in the 3D print, so I cut them out of the printable file. However, we do have the coral reef, which I think turned out wonderfully. This reef is probably my single favorite part of the game. I snorkeled in tropical reefs in real life one time, and getting these red coins always takes me back there. I was truly excited to make this part of the map. For the solar panels, I used this chrome airbrush spray to give them a metallic finish, then brushed some UV resin onto them and cured it. It's not quite reflective, but I think they still look pretty cool. Here we go with the giant watermelon, which I believe was meant to be a reverse Sisyphean allegory of some kind. One could also just say it was a suck part of the game. For the tower, I printed this weird thing that sits in the center, and then to make the round light bulb part, I dipped it in clear resin, then cured it, then dipped it again, and repeated until it was surrounded by a sphere. I then planted all the trees and characters and everything. Painting a lot of these details was hard work. The textures in Mario Sunshine are, quite frankly, amazing. And now for the piece de resistance, the water. In the actual game, a lot of the hard work that goes into making the water so beautiful is actually done by the seabed. The sand is all green and blue and stuff. So I airbrushed a gradient of lighter aquamarine going to deeper cobalt to the edge of the sea so that it would make the water look nice and tropical. Then I taped off the edges of the print and used hot glue to make a nice seal. And finally I poured in some slightly bluish resin, curing it in layers so I could seal the fish and red coins into the water. Alright, after curing we pull the tape away to reveal a stunning Mario Sunshine ocean. And just like that, our Gelato Beach build is complete. By the way, this thing weighs like 5 pounds. Resin is heavy. What a beast. While Gelato Beach wasn't my favorite level of the game or anything, it is probably the one I'd most like to visit. Unlike Serena Beach, it's not haunted, so that's definitely a plus. And it's not dangerously teetering 5,000 feet in the air like Pianta Village. Plus there's a smoothie bar. Can't beat that. Don't be afraid to go into the comments and share your favorite Mario Sunshine levels and any memories from the game in general. Before we wrap up, I must also mention that this video is made as part of a Mario Day collaboration put on by our great donut lord, Carabix. The idea there is that myself and some other simpatico creators all produce something Mario related. Caro himself made the interior of the Odyssey, and I helped him out by 3D modeling the ship and furniture, which he printed. My friend Dazzling Rose Clay made Chef Kinopio from Origami King and the Super Nintendo World Cafe. She also made clay miniatures of the actual food served in the cafe, which I think was a brilliant idea. And finally, I met a new creator through this collab named Isabel's Drafting Table, whose work is likewise amazing. I love this Breath of the Wild beetle figurine. Her contribution was a posable Mario based on the Mario movie's design. I left links to all their channels in the description, so please give them all a follow. Remember to subscribe to me to see more nostalgic craft works like this, and have a minty fresh day.